Good afternoon to you all once again. What a pleasure it is to welcome you all back to this, our regular service and market updates from Maersk. A short 15-minute update on the latest trend and challenges facing us, our industry today, and particularly facing us all here in Asia Pacific. My name is Olina, and I'm pleased to be joined by my colleague and friend Nora here in Shanghai.
Today, we will cover our latest news of ocean transportation, including market demand outlook, updates on equipment, schedule reliability, and sustainability. Then, on the logistics and services side, we will talk about digital innovations on the supply chain, updates on our intercontinental rail products, and outlook on Q4. If at any time you have any questions or feedback, please type them in the Q&A box and on the right of your screen, and we will get back to you using your contact details from this broadcast. And just before we get started, if you want to receive our monthly updates by email, we have just posted a link for you to register in the comments section too. You can also scan the QR code on the screen to watch our previous broadcast from August. So let's get started with an update on market demand outlook and a look at equipment availability. I will hand over to Olina.
Thank you, Nora. As it looks today, we expect the strong demand we are seeing to continue for the rest of the year, with particular strong demand into US and Europe markets. On top of that, several upcoming holidays, such as the October Golden Week in China and Christmas in many destination countries, will also create a seasonal volume rush. We are also expecting to see some early signals of the pre-Chinese New Year rush in this December. Don't forget the Chinese New Year will be on February 1st next year. So in order to minimize the possible disruptions to your supply chain, we strongly recommend you start to plan your shipments as early as you can. Give yourself enough lead time and take any potential delays into consideration while planning. When it comes to the equipment availability, a shortage of empty containers continues to be an issue across Asia Pacific for the whole industry, and the situation is not expected to improve too much for anyone in the immediate future. Shortages are being caused by an increase in demand across the globe, together with operational challenges moving empty containers around caused by disruptions in ports and hubs overseas. Severe port congestion has resulted in an imbalanced equipment supply across Asia Pacific. For dry containers, both 20s and 40s are in short supply in China, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, but are manageable for the rest of the Asia Pacific. Our focus on equipment at the moment is to support your export needs as much as we can. We have already added extra 40 high-cube containers to our fleet. We are also working hard at returning more empty containers to Asia and to reposition empty containers to where they're needed the most. But we cannot guarantee to be able to fully meet your demand in all markets at present. If you have urgent shipments or need to start planning seasonal shipments, please talk to your Maersk sales representative about timing and about considering the other transportation options. And now for another hot topic facing us all, schedule reliability. Schedule reliability is being hit by many factors. The recent surge in demand, coupled with reduced operational capacity in ports caused by COVID restrictions, has resulted in greater congestion around ports. In the US, we are seeing a record-breaking number of vessels, 44 at the beginning of September, being delayed outside ports for up to 8 days or more. This congestion is also causing longer waiting times in terminals, which essentially results in delays across the global network. Despite all this global disruption, there is some good news for our customers using Maersk Ocean Network. If we look at the most recent Sea Intel reports, which measures performance for the top 14 ocean carriers, we see that the Maersk Group, including our Hambotsu brand, remains the most reliable carrier. They rate Maersk performance at 47.3% and Hambotsu 40.5%. The only two carriers rated at over 40%. However, we are fully aware that from you, the customer's point of view, this is still far from ideal. So we continue to be fully focused on improving reliability across our ocean network. Our recent priority has been to add more vessels to help absorb delays and avoid service blankings. For the Oceania network, we have already added 3 vessels to the fleets. And for the Latin America network, we will rationalize some of our service coverage to reduce the number of the port calls and to offer you more flexibility to help catch up on the schedules. And we continue to work closely with ports and terminals to find new ways to minimize delays. For the Trans-Pacific trade, in early August, we launched our new TPX Trans-Pacific West Coast service to cover Yantian, Ningbo in China and Los Angeles in US. And also a new TP20 Trans-Pacific East Coast service to cover Vantao in Vietnam, Ningbo and Shanghai in China, and Norfolk and Baltimore in the US. We are also exploring opportunities to add more vessels to absorb delays. We will continue those initiatives for as long as they are needed and try our hardest to protect your cargo from longer delays. Now let's look at the latest news about sustainability. We here at Maersk have all made a commitment to become completely carbon zero by 2050. In our last broadcast, we gave a brief update on the sustainability and how we are leading the way in efforts to decarbonize the global supply chain. Here is the latest news. In 2024, Maersk will launch the first of 8 groundbreaking large ocean-going container vessels capable of being operated totally on carbon-neutral methanol. This will help us reduce the CO2 emission by around 1 million tons every year. These new vessels will replace our older vessels, and as an industry first, we'll offer Maersk customers a real carbon-neutral transportation solution at a scale on the high seas. And it's great to know we are not alone in this mission. More than half of the Maersk 200 largest customers have already set or in the progress of setting ambitious science-based or zero carbon targets for their supply chains. Sustainability leaders, including Amazon, Disney, HP, and Unilever, who have committed to work together with Maersk to actively embrace and use zero carbon solutions for their ocean transport service. And we expect more to follow. Let me share with you a great quote from Michelle Gross, the head of logistics and fulfillment at Unilever. She says, Unilever is committed to accelerating the transition to the clean transport solutions, not just in our own operations, but along the global value chains, as we work to achieve the net zero emissions by 2039. With logistics and distribution accounting for around 15% of our greenhouse gas emission footprints, it's important that we work with partners shifting to lower carbon fuels. We are proud to partner with Maersk as they pioneer the carbon neutral transportation on the high seas. Thanks to Michelle for sharing her thoughts. And I would also like to share the latest news regarding our Maersk Eco Delivery service. For us at Maersk, Eco Delivery service are designed to actually reduce the CO2 emission, not just offsets, as it's fully based on sustainable and renewable biofuel source. The measurements of the carbon savings will be made by Verified Carbon Saving Group, RSB, and will be audited by PwC, which allow us to track the CO2 emissions. It can be easily added to the existing contract and can be part of the volume targets or trade-specific. And we are already starting to see some great results, with Asia Pacific leading the way. Our eco-delivery volume in the first half of 2021 was 6 times that of the full year 2020. And 60% of all shipments year to date are from Asia Pacific. That's something we should be very proud of. And I'm also very excited to share that we have just recently welcomed Nestle as an eco-delivery partner, which, as you can imagine, is going to help drive a positive impact on both theirs and our sustainability targets. If you want to know more about eco-delivery solutions and our ongoing sustainability initiatives, please talk to your Maersk sales representative. Now, let's look at the digital innovation in logistics and services. I will hand over to Nora.
Thank you, Olena. Digitalization of our industry is now a hot topic for many customers and is already a top priority for Maersk. Back in 2019, we established an in-house digital innovation team in Maersk China with the aim to explore, validate, incubate, and deliver the digital innovations you and your businesses are looking for. We also recently surveyed a selection of our customers across all verticals with some interesting results. 75% emphasized real-time supply chain visibility as being vital to their businesses. 30% asked for TMS, which stands for Transportation Management System support. And 25% expressed a desire for more real-time BI, business intelligence, as an enabler for smart decision-making. Respondents also told us they are not satisfied by the off-the-shelf products available in market today. It was made clear that you, our customers, want to co-create innovative solutions together with Maersk. Today, I am happy to be able to share some of the latest updates with you from our digital innovation team. First, visibility. In China, we have launched a multi-carrier, so not just Maersk, plus air and intermodal track and trace service for our 3PL, 4PL customers. Real-time tracking now possible from your mobile phone. Simple and easy to use. It is as easy as using any app on your mobiles. Customers can choose to use our Maersk website or integrate this service into their own systems, delivering better visibility that results in better supply chain control. Second, logistics services. Real-time container inspection, anytime, anywhere. We have introduced triangulation and computer visioning tech to allow for real-time container inspection, which means import containers can now be directly routed for export if seen to be in sound condition. And we have our Maersk Instant Quote service, where the majority of our logistics services can be instantly quoted to allow for better planning and more flexible scheduling. Third, e-services. When it comes to e-services, like e-payments, e-fapiao, e-FCR, online e-settlements, these e-services are very common in the B2C market, but not as common yet in B2B. Maersk is pioneering the development of B2B e-services, and all the e-solutions I just mentioned are already available for you, our customers. And our online chatbot is already well known as an excellent self-service option for many customers. A great example of how we use embracing technology to improve customer experience and offer better service and support to you. Fourth, tailor-made solutions. Our digitalization team are also providing tailor-made solutions for customers who need them. Recently, we have successfully built a 4PL system for leading global chemical customer. We developed tailored TMS system, one for global e-com platform, and a separate one for a leading electronics company. If you have any specific requests or ideas on tailor-made digital solutions, please get in touch with your sales reps, and we will be more than happy to help. Please do reach out and talk to us, knowing that Maersk aspires to be your go-to partner when it comes to your digital transformation journey. Now, finally, some quick updates on our Intercontinental Rail ICR services and how the rest of the year looks for ICR. In July, we launched the new Vietnam-China-Europe train service. As of September, we will increase the frequency of this service to 1 or 2 trains every week. Besides Vietnam, we also see strong demand from China to Europe. So in the same month, Maersk also launched a new service in Shandong, and today we provide 2 trains per week on westbound routes. Our Maersk AE19 service is now providing 2 westbound and 2 eastbound services every week. Temperature-controlled cargo and dangerous cargoes are all acceptable. AE19 can cover shipments from Greater China, Japan, Korea, to Russia, Poland, Germany, Finland, the Netherlands, and the UK, and the return routes as well. As we look forward to the rest of the year, for westbound services, we predict supply won't be able to meet demand, and we expect capacity and equipment availability will continue to be tight. Eastbound capacity, however, should be sufficient on both AE19 and ICR. And in China, following schedule reliability issues in July and August, China Railway continues to issue restriction orders to manage the loading of temporary cargo train, resulting in delay to the movement of these temporary trains. So that ends our update today. We trust you'll find value in these updates, and we do encourage you to get in touch with questions or ideas on what you need us to cover. We will keep the chat box open for another 15 minutes, so you can leave your questions and comments there. Please also click on the survey link, give us feedback. Thanks again for joining us. We wish you a great day and a great week ahead, and look forward to seeing you at our next broadcast in October. Keep well. Thank you.